Yeah, you people and your treasures.
You remembered to take something with you?
Not really.
Here. Here's your artifact.
You must carry it with you at all times or else. Oh my god. I just can't.
Is he gonna give me like a bone or something?
Yeah. Now scrap.
Should I tell Heber the truth about the surprise the druids had prepared for him? Orbs of Recoil and Vortex. Among throwable alchemical weapons, few match the Orb of Recoil and the Orb of Vortex in versatility and devastation. The Orb of Recoil is a sphere infused with kinetic repulsion. Upon impact, it releases a forceful shockwave, throwing everything back caught in its radius. Light enough to carry in numbers, powerful enough to break bones or shatter armor when used correctly. The Orb of Vortex is its opposite, drawing in rather than repelling. Once shattered, it pulls surrounding matter inward, twisting air, dust, and even flesh into its spiraling grasp. Those caught within find escape nearly impossible. Both require precision. A poorly aimed recoil orb can send allies flying, while an unstable vortex orb may pull its wielder into oblivion. Master them and you hold power to control both battlefield and fate. The Art of Throwable Crystals, from Gwydion the Alchemist. Crystals are more than mere trinkets. They hold power when shaped and thrown with intent. To craft an effective throwable crystal, one must understand resonance. Certain minerals, when fractured, release stored energy. Quartz, for example, amplifies elemental effects, while obsidian dust enhances cutting power. A proper throwing technique is essential. Crystals must be small enough to fit in the palm, yet sturdy enough to survive the throw. A weak arm will waste them, a trained hand turns them into weapons. Beware, some crystals are unpredictable. Unstable shards can detonate prematurely, and enchanted ones may react to magic in unforeseen ways. Handle them wisely, or risk becoming their first victim. Do you have a sponsor for this game, or are you playing for fun? I am playing for fun. But thank you for asking. Nope, it's just me. So, he said, here's your thing. Did he actually hand me something? Sort by newest. Found those recipes. Mistletoe? Oh, I think he gave me mistletoe. Okay. Let's head back down here. Alright, and let's go turn this quest in. Let me go to, let me see this here. Let's put the worst ones there so we eat those up first. Assuming they all weigh the same and these give the least amount of health, I'll chew through these first. Okay, so this is the doctor's quarters that wanted us to do that ritual and find out what would happen. About that druidic scroll.
Yes? How did it go?
The druid was a sick juvenile joke by the druids.
Bastards. If this is how they behaved when they were all still alive, it makes more and more sense that people got fed up with them. But I don't get it, you know? Think about it. You have all this knowledge. You're practically a god among men, and yet you treat them like this. Why wouldn't you let the chosen few in on the secret? Why wouldn't you share the mystical arts? Or even just let them observe? How are we supposed to figure these things out for ourselves? It would have been beneficial for all of us if their writings, their rituals, and their deeds weren't written in code. If they were easier to understand.
They gave me this. Mistletoe.
Mistletoe? Really? They gave you mistletoe? Useless junk. And a parasite to boot. Really nice way of proving their point that we're unworthy of their knowledge.
One more thing. The cromlech changed after the ritual.
What? Changed? Changed how? Is it bad?
It was fine before, but now the place looks like something from a nightmare.
Oh no. No. This is not good. Shit. We already have the undead, the weirdness, and the Del Rita to worry about. We don't need yet another problem on our hands. Besides, it's a known druidic site. What if news of something happening there reaches the Red Priests? They are ruthless in pursuing any remaining druids. If they find out about my interests, I'll be done for.
Farrah Dornar says, love the streaming content. The game looks amazing. Once I find the money, I plan to grab this. Nice. Thank you for the kind words, Farrah. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with this so far. Right. So what do we do now?
We don't do anything, because I still can't leave the keep. You need to find a druid and make him reverse this somehow.
Any idea where to look for a druid?
Two, actually. But they're nothing more than that. Ideas. Maybe the other keepers have seen something. Dan's been patrolling the walls lately, and he's got sharp eyes. Though I doubt any druid would be foolish enough to hide this close to Camelot's biggest foothold in the south. Whatever you decide, good luck. Please let me know when it's done. Otherwise, I won't be able to focus. I just hope nobody gets seriously ill right now.
Okay.
I figured it out! I figured it out!
What?
The mistletoe! Oh, how could I have been so blind this whole time? It's obvious, don't you see?
Is it? Please explain.
They weren't laughing at me, do you see? They were telling me to embrace the part that I play in the world. The part that we all play in the world. Listen, mistletoe was their sacred plant, right? We know it's a parasite, and in extreme situations, can even kill the tree on which it grows. Why would you worship a parasite? I finally got it. They realize that if everything goes well, it has minimal effect on the tree. Sometimes it's even able to give something back. Even better, it's evergreen, so birds can feed off it in winter. And even though it's poisonous to humans, druids were able to make medicine out of its fruits. Do you see?
Hi, Islands. Is that Sharpie on his face? Little glasses, I think. I don't.
It's so obvious that it's no wonder the answer eluded us all. It's not about the mystical arts, the scrolls, or the rituals. That's all smoke and mirrors. It's about observing nature and drawing the right conclusions. Mistletoe feeds off the tree, but it doesn't just take. It gives back, just like we all do. We always take from something. The trick is to give back more than we take. That's meant to be our role in the world.
Makes sense.
Yes. It's about understanding our place in the world as parasites, but useful ones. There's no more knowledge to gain besides what's already here. The trick is, we need to learn to see it. Ah, this is my new quest. Thank you for initiating this discovery.
Okay. I met a knight who is convinced he's been cursed.
A curse? Fascinating. Let me think. Wait, no, I don't need to think. My useless Camelot education only taught me what could be proven. So, we never covered the existence of curses in class.
It seems he truly believes it. He doesn't want to come out from under the bridge.
Let me think. Among people of science, there is an opinion that the mind can get sick, just like the lungs or the heart. I fully agree. If a person believes there's a curse, it will come true, whether real or not. Sometimes the right mixture of herbs, certain habits, and some carefully chosen words can save a person, even when they're deep in the throes of despair or madness. This is a field more suited for druidic magic, however, since Camelot is stuck on the theory and doesn't seem to make any progress with the practice. I'm sorry I couldn't give you a tangible solution, but I hope I've pointed you in the right direction.
So we need to go give him a placebo and lie to him. Check shop. Is there anything new here? It looks like it's the same stuff as before. Okay. All the refugees shared a dream. Do you know why that could have happened?
What do you think? Do I look like a mystic to you? A shaman? A village witch? I don't think so. Otherwise, I'd have a lot more to worry about. If you're looking for answers about things like this, you should consult the literature on the subject. Though, I can't say I'd recommend it.
Alright. Okay, guess I've done what I can here for now. Let's see. Let's find another one. Mog asked me to bring her something stolen. It doesn't have to be pretty or expensive. I think I've got some stolen garlic. Hang on. Does it show me what items are stolen? Yeah. I've got a stolen onion and stolen garlic. Okay. Now I need to remember where she is. She's there. Yogata says, how many classes? It's less about picking a class and picking what things you want to specialize in on your character. So... Here. Hang on. Okay. So, there is unarmed combat, two-handed, one-handed, general, shields, stamina, health, parrying, attack speed, movement speed, bows, wands and cubes, summoning, magic, combat magic, general and buff magic, stealth, daggers, critical hits, healing, crafting and trading, statuses, and armor. Each time you level up, you get a skill point, and you can put it in any of those trees. My summons are missing. I'm gonna work on resummoning them. That's a lot of stuff. It's a bit. Are these... Oh, he's not hostile. Okay, there was a hostile guy 5 feet away from him. I thought they were together.
Ooh, a new face. I haven't seen you before.
Who are you?
I'm Marg, a hunter in the service of the Horns of the South.
I'm looking for jobs to do.
You should try to keep. There's always work to do around there. And plenty of men who gladly push it onto someone else. Now, come to think of it, I might also have something for you. If you don't mind the stench of death and decay.
I'm listening.
An alarming amount of undead have been emerging from the old cemetery. In numbers far greater than that little plot of land ever held. I don't mind somebody thinning out the population of local bandits. But raising them as part of a personal undead army? Well, that's something I can't abide.
Verity says, Muck, sorry to bother you. No, you're fine. Do you know much about companion romance options of the game? I didn't even know the game had romance options. So I haven't seen that yet. You think somebody's raising the dead?
Oh, sadly, that's not unusual in these parts. There's something about this land that's particularly alluring for necromancers. The South has always been a troubled place, after all.
I'll find out what's happening.
Thank you. I'll be most grateful, as will the quartermaster of the keep. Viergas appreciates solid work. Well, I'm sure he rewards you well for your efforts.
And is there anything I can do for you?
I'm self-sufficient enough not to have to ask for help. However, I suppose I could help you. I could share some things I found out during my hunts.
Open shop. Some arrow recipe books. A book on new leather recipes. Okay. The Tanner's Hot Trade, Hide to Leather. New quest, Deadest Dreams. Is this like an Elder Scrolls game? It plays a lot like a Elder Scrolls game, yes. It itself is not an Elder Scrolls game. Story-wise, it's much darker. Unyielding Sentinel, reduce stamina cost by 4%. Thoughts on Guild Wars 2 currently in terms of content? Guild Wars 2 is great. Mountain of content for your dollar. And they're coming out with another patch full of stuff on Tuesday. I'll be streaming Guild Wars 2 all day on Tuesday, and most of my streams for the 5 days after will be Guild Wars 2 because of the new content and the Twitch drops. Is this the same cemetery I've been to in the past? Yeah, it is. It's already cleared this place out once. Rattle 'em, boys! Tch. Just took a screenshot of chat where someone mentioned Mukluk and another someone said WTF is a Mukluk, the frog from Heart of Thorns. Wow. I've been demoted to Hot Frog. Athletics leveled up. So we came into this crypt earlier in the game, and there is an undead guy in there that what you could talk to, and the gate's locked. And I was like, oh, I bet we'll have to come back here later on. And I guess now is later on. I need to enter this crypt.
Interested in local history, are you? Good, good. The memory of those who came before us should be preserved. I can let you in. There is a small fee of 5 gold coins for the upkeep of the cemetery, of course. It's constant work, as you can clearly see, and my petitions for additional funds seem to have fallen on deaf ears.
I mean, I have like 1,000 gold. Sure, I'll pay.
Bless you, kind stranger. Those old bones are not what they used to be. Here, just take the key. Be careful, though. There's evil dwelling in those crypts. Oh, and I hope I don't need to remind you not to rob any graves. It's terribly rude, and I'd rather not deal with the complaints.
It's terribly rude. Okay, how big is it? Oh, right. I wasn't sure if he was hostile or not, because the other guy would talk to me. And it turns out he is, in fact, hostile. Bonk. Feral Charm. Increase physical damage by 3%. Requires key to inner crypt. Whoa! What is... Oh! Okay, alright, we're gonna eat a few meals here. Alright, so one of the statues came to life, and then a freaking StarCraft Baneling rounded the corner and blew up in my face. Dang, dude. Alright, eat some food, get some health back. Alright, that was 2 new mob types at once. Dude, now I gotta start testing each of these out. Is that our target? Okay, some of our guys are missing.
Careful there. Try not to step on the array. It's advanced magic. Very fragile.
Advanced or not, I need you to stop doing whatever you're doing here.
Stop. Well, what I am doing here is very important. Besides, I'm hardly hurting anyone. Well, anyone that matters, that is.
So you're not trying to raise an undead army?
Oh, please. Is that the only thing people can think of when it comes to necromancy? What use would I have with an army? My ambition isn't to command the dead, but death itself. I aim to make Avalon a place where people won't have to fear it anymore. The problem is, I keep missing something. Raising the dead is easy, but I don't want mindless minions. I want truly living undead. Yet no matter what I do, it just won't work.
Spirituality 100%. That's because you may know the process, but you don't understand its nature.
Nonsense. The process, as you aptly called it, holds no secrets from me. I have studied its every stage, every aspect, all while keeping meticulous records. It's almost insulting how straightforward it is, how little variety there is at its very core. Death truly does make all of us equal. And yet, capturing the connection between the flesh and the spirit continues to elude me. No matter how I approach it. I've even tried to force it, but to no avail.
Have you tried consulting Hordok? He doesn't seem like a mindless minion.
Warduk. You mean the servant? I'm not sure where you got that idea, but he is indeed merely a minion. Quite a sophisticated one, I'll admit, but he's never said more than 2 words to me.
It might be worth a try.
Fine. If you wish to waste your time with him, go ahead. Who knows? Maybe his first master simply forbade him from speaking his mind.
He said a lot more than 2 words to me.
Don't hold your breath for any groundbreaking insights.
Okay. Speak to Hordok. Alchemy Station. What is up here? Oh my gosh, my minion move. Magical item was on the floor. Wait, what? The lightning. Each attack has a 20% chance to call down lightning, doing 120% damage to all enemies within a 5-meter radius. 8 pounds. That is very heavy. For the cost to weight, that's really bad. Yeah, Mjolnir? Kinda. It's way outside of my build to be able to swing it, though. A practical guide to profitable armor. Ah, crud. They won't jump down from the tunnel, so I'm having to resummon them right here. Okay, alright, so we're back at the beginning of this place. Alright. Soulstone. Egg. Mats. Okay. Never heard of this game. Do you have any comps? Comps? What do you mean comps? Hold up.
Oh, you're back.
I only stole a little bit. Yorath wants to understand death. I thought you could help with that.
Oh, does he now? That's quite admirable. And rather unusual for his kind. Normally, they act as though they know all there is to know, yet they always end up baffled by their failures. Oh, I'd love to help, but alas, I'm not certain I can. You see, death is intensely personal, and as such, quite indescribable.
What do you mean?
Well, whether you die alone or surrounded by loved ones, dying is the loneliest experience of our lives. It can't be shared or taken from someone. In the end, no matter how it happens, our death is the only thing that truly belongs to us. It's a potent experience, one for which there are no words, because there is simply no need for them. Nobody is meant to die and then return to tell the tale.
I see. Thank you for the help.
I'm glad to have been of assistance. Though I do wonder how the Master will react when he hears about this. I just hope he doesn't do anything that will cause even more trouble here.
Okay. Oh, over encumbered. Let's